Hello everyone, my name is Alifiah Azzahrah and I'm from Indonesia. So, if all the peoples in the room look at their ID card, you will see and find a small thing that we use almost every day in our life. A plastic, a main material to make a plastic bottle. Especially in my family, we have developed this positive habit where each of us will take all of this plastic bottle and then gather it in a small box. And after 2 or 3 weeks, when this box is already filled, we then hand it over to some of our neighbor that is currently working as a scavenger. So scavenger is a people, a person, or even a family that will go out to look for a plastic to fulfill their daily needs. But one of the biggest problems that they need to face is an extreme poverty. Especially in the city where I'm from, that is now becoming the third highest level of poverty. In Makassar, now there are more than 11,000 of people that is working as a scavenger. And most of them live in a small village that we all know as Sumbaopu. In Sumbaopu now lives more than 35 families that is working as a scavenger. This generation now becoming a generational profession, where everyone, from the elderly to the youth, or even the children, will go out to look for a plastic every day in their life. Their plastic then sell to the collector with a price no more than 30 cents per kilograms. That is why every scavenger family in Sumbaopu can only get not more than $60 per month to fulfill all of their daily needs. This amount of income, of course, affected to a lot of aspects in the scavenger life, like the lack of education that they can have, a lot of health risks that they need to face, and of course, underrepresented as a whole community in Sumbaopu. So what if us, as a designer, can create a space that is purposefully designed for the scavenger in Sumbaopu? A space that can improve and develop a whole new working cycle for the scavenger and actually bring them a lot of respective roles, involving everyone in Sumbaopu, from the younger scavenger to the elder scavenger, as well as the outside communities, to change the life of the people in Sumbaopu. Let me introduce you to a place named Payabo House. Payabo itself means a scavenger in Sumbaopu, so it can represent them as a whole community in Makassar, allowing their voices to be heard and creating a change that can actually give them an economic opportunity to create something more values, more than just a plastic bottle, that can actually stop and creating a whole new cycle of generation in Sumbaopu. So Payabo House will be located in the middle of the scavenger dwelling, so it's easier for the scavenger to move all of this plastic work inside of the Payabo House. If you take a look at the site, we see a lot of waste material that they didn't have any selling price. And most of this waste, of course, dominated with the plastic bottle waste. So in the process of designing Payabo House, we can reduce the site by upcycling all of this waste to become the part of the Payabo House. Or we can also buy a plastic from the scavenger so we can create them a profit and also appreciation as a community in Sumbaopu. So The plastic will be used as an eco brick, where the plastic will be filled with the unused trash that can actually absorb the sound from the machine inside of the Payabo house. The top of the bottle will be created in a circular arrangement that can allowing the direct sunlight to enter the Payabo house and prevent some of the area from humidity. The bottom of the bottle will be created as the main structure of the board, so the scavenger can easily note on how much of a plastic work that they have working during all the day. So, after all of this design process, we have upcycled for more than 10,000 of a plastic waste from the site as well as from the scavenger that can create a whole sustainable environment inside of the Payabo house. So now, the scavenger has space to actually work. But if you take a look at the site, it still keep repeated because they keep repeating the same work. So to actually stop this, we try to take a look at on how the scavenger work. Usually, they will go out to collect a plastic, wash and dry them in their home, sort them, and then sell it to the collector with a price not more than 30 cents per kilograms. So, in Payabo House, we try to innovate all of this working cycle by evolving a machine that we all probably know as a shredding machine, so that the scavenger can easily turn all of the plastic to become a shredded plastic that have already bred before. They can easily be sold to a lot of places with a price more than $1 per kilograms, 3 times as much as the scavenger usually earn. So this new working cycle will be based our spatial planning inside of the Payabo house, where it will be divided into 4 different of a main working area. So, without further ado, let me take you inside of the Payabo house to see how the scavenger works. In the morning, the scavenger usually stop by in the parking area to take all of the plastic that they have gathered before, and then bring it into the next working area, the wash and sort area. To maximize the space usage that we use, we create a modular space, where in the top of the module, the scavenger can easily sort all of the plastic waste. This module is inspired from the traditional bale-bale seating, so we can create a familiar and also comfortable environment for the scavenger. The plastic they then bring to the lower of the module to wash for the scavenger. To keep the hygiene in this area, we create a different floor level so that we can divide between the dirty area as well as the clean area. So, after all of the plastic sorted and washed, the scavenger bring it outside to drying out to reduce the smell from all of the plastic. While waiting for the plastic to dry, the scavenger get back inside of the Payabo house to turn all of the plastic to become a plastic shreds that in the evening can be stored and weighed in a storage area using the adjustable storage system that is made out of scattered material that we can easily found in Sumbawa. Before heading back, the scavenger usually stop by in the Rapo area. So, in this area, all of us, local community, or even social workers can come to sort all of our plastic in a lot of creative way. By the help of the Nippon Paint, we can create an attractive environment that can become one of the identity of the Payabo house. So, in the night, some of the scavenger usually get back inside of the Payabo house to take all of this module to go outside of the Payabo house, and suddenly some of the street food sellers that live around Sumbawa come into this house to create a whole new activity that can attract local community inside of the Payabo house in the night. Now the scavenger have a greater prosperity for the life. But how we can actually sustain all of the improvement that we have inside of the Payabo house? We try to take a look at where the cycle usually stops. The third generation, or the children of the scavenger, where they can have a formal education because a lot of aspects in their life. So we can use some of the profit from the Payabo house to develop the Maguru area. So all of the children of the scavenger can have a formal education to become whatever they want. A student, a doctor, or even an architect or designer like us. Or if they want to develop the Payabo house more further, we can turn this Maguru area to become a workshop area so that the scavenger can actually learn how to turn their plastic to become a product, like I've already bring before. That can actually collaborate with a lot of company in Makassar, so we can opening a new path for the scavenger and creating a whole new cycle inside of Sumbawa. So now, the Payabo house finally functioning perfectly to bring visions and also hope that can bring for the scavenger by creating a collaborative impact that can bring them not just a greater prosperity, but also a greater impact by upcycling all of the plastic waste in Sumbawa. This also shows us how the simplest thing, like a plastic bottle, can actually enhance and turn a life, not just a family, but the whole scavenger community inside of the Payabo house, as well as their surrounding nature. The usage of a plastic bottle as one of the main material inside of the Payabo house can make the model of Payabo house be a starting point and easily be duplicated to a lot of area in Indonesia, in Bandung, Jakarta, or even in India, every part of the world that I believe have the exact same problem with the scavenger in Sumbawa. So Payabo house also shows us how purposeful design can actually goes beyond everything, touching every part of the world, everywhere and anywhere. Shows us how design can actually giving a voice to those who hasn't been heard, to us as a designer, that everyone, designer, architect, or even a scavenger, can actually impacting their surrounding by have a little bit of attention and also appreciation to everything around you, even if that thing is just as simple as a plastic bottle. Payabo house. Thank you.